Hi guys, welcome to Make 2 and a review of what's new in Minecraft Pocket Edition 0.13.0. It's just come out a few hours ago and I wanted to show you everything that's new for building. And there's quite a lot here, and this is a big redstone update, so we get lots of cool things. If you want to see more how-to or building tip videos, please leave a like and let me know in the comments. But let's get started right now. We start off with loads of different doors. Before there was just one type of door for one type of tree. Now, whatever wood you're using, you get a different door. And unlike things like wooden blocks or fence posts, which are just different colours, for the doors you actually get completely different designs, and this really opens up great ways of giving your builds different characters. Let's just scroll down here. So we have kind of more classic style, some medieval, this one in the middle here is a little bit more modern, which I like. Back to a different design. A different colour design here, but sort of similar pattern to before. This is really nice, this one here. I think that looks really cool. Can I open it? Yeah, I can. And another slightly modern house, and at the end, modern door, and at the end we have a iron door. So these I think give lots of different options. I think particularly this slatted one could be used for kind of grills in different places, maybe sort of underwater stuff, I'm not quite sure yet. Something that I didn't know about, but you can actually embed doors kind of halfway, like if you put them down one block. So you could actually, I'm going to do it live now, you can actually build cool little effects like that, which it looks like a door, not quite as much of a door before. And if you imagine using some of these other ones that aren't as obviously door-like, you can get some cool effects, I think. Now, other building things, there has been iron trapdoors added. Now I think there's a bit of a bug so far, because when I try to close them, they won't close, so I can only have them in the horizontal position. I haven't tried building them deep underground yet, but it does seem that, you know, they're not working quite the same as the wooden ones, so watch out for that. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Now we've got a couple of new railways. I just want to show you there's nothing particularly interesting. These are sort of redstone activated ones. But for building, if you're just in creative, it does give a different effect. Certainly if you want to put them over things, you can just change the texture a little bit, but not huge. Here we have a redstone lamp, which I believe can be lit up, and next to it a note box, which when you tap on it makes noises up the scale. I'm no expert on redstone, I've never used redstone because I've only played Pocket Edition, but this looks nice. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'll show you some of these objects being used in sort of actual designs, including the note box. Now these are really cool, and I've been waiting for these sets of 4 for a long time. You get levers which attach, well, the actual lever can attach both right way, sort of on the side and on top, and it has 2 different positions, up or down. So that gives, you can imagine for hooks or for taps or for exhaust or that kind of thing, that's pretty useful. An even better hook is this tripwire hook. It can only go on the side. It's a little bit lower down than the lever, so it does give you some a little bit more option of what to do with it. Now we have buttons. These are also really cool. Get 2 identically shaped but different textured, one kind of more stone or metal and one in wood, and these can be placed in any direction. They have to be attached to a block. You can have them sideways, you can have them on top, as you can see there, and you can have them upside down. So I think these are going to be really useful for decoration. You can use them for wheels. I also think for decorating walls, sort of giving some accents. Some of these, certainly the hooks, aren't so useful for that. They're a little bit too big and sort of too prominent. But these buttons are really small. I was using the new skulls or heads we got with 0.12, but I think these will be even more useful. And given you got wood as well, sort of different designs, if you're doing a wooden building, I think that's going to be really helpful. More redstone goodness here. We get pressure plates. Now these, the sign says, to remind me, they can't be stacked, but you get 4 different types. You get 1 in wood, 1 in stone, 1 in gold, and 1 in metal. So these I think look cool for tables. Before you could either use a wooden slab, a quartz slab, so sort of half-height slab, or carpet. So I think this gives a good alternate to using carpet. Particularly the wooden one I think is really good for tables. Now when they are next to each other, as you'll see at the end, they do leave little gaps, unlike carpet which creates a completely smooth surface without any gaps, so that is one issue to bear in mind, but I do think they do look cool. They can only go this way up. They can go on fence posts, they can go on blocks, but they can't go sort of on the sides or anything. Now next, this is, I think more sort of a subtle change. You have a redstone torch and you can see the red glow around it, and I put a normal torch in the background so you can see the difference. Could be useful for some situations. Now here we have a daylight sensor, which is another redstone sensor, and I think it's a 3rd height block. Yep, so you can see it's slightly lower than a half height block, so I'm going to go, it's a 3rd. These can't be stacked, but they do have 2 different states, an on state and an off state. So you do get 2 different colours. You can get it in both blue and white, which is nice. These can only obviously go flat because they're a block. Now, those are all the blocks you get and all the new things, and I want to just give you a little quick tour of what I think you can do with them. So first off, I built a tiny little car, and you can see good use of those buttons for the wheels, and I think that really makes them pop. Without them, my wheels have looked a little bit silly of late. You have to use your imagination a little bit more than I'd like, but here I think it's really clear what's going on. At the back, I put a tripwire hook as an exhaust, and you can see on top, I put some of those pressure plates. They can't go on glass, so they're not an alternate for complete roofs, but they do give a cool different effect. I actually think these could be useful for roofs as well. These ones look a little bit like solar panels to me, but you can also put them for grills on the front of cars, so I think that is nice to have. Moving on, you can see here I've tried to do a carpet kind of layout, a rug using the pressure plates. We've got the gold one and the metal one here, just on top of some wool blocks. I think that's a cool effect, and here you can see the gap between them. I actually think that looks really nice. So certainly this looks a bit futuristic, but you can do some other effects with this. Maybe the wooden pressure plate on a wooden floor could look really cool, just give some extra texture. And look, as you can see, if you stand on them, obviously they go down because they're pressure plates. Now here I made a wall and just tried to show off 2 of the new types of blocks. Here was the daylight sensor, and I just think that it's not quite a hearth, but I just think it gives a nice little inset effect. Maybe kind of a home bar or something like that. And here we've got the note boxes, just again to add texture on a wall. I think if you're using something medieval and you want to put something a little bit different, I think these can be a good accent touch just for decoration. And at the end here, I've made a new style of sink using that tripwire hook again. Could have used a lever as well, but here you can just see, better than before where I used to use iron railings. I think this looks more obviously like a tap. And you can also put them on the side here. Looks a bit like a coat hook. So I think that's cool. These can't go on fence posts, so you can't make perfect coat hook things, but I think if you put them on the wall like that, you get a row of coat hooks in a house. I think that's really nice. So that's all that I've discovered so far in 0.13. I think you'll start to see a number of these blocks turn up in my build, so stay tuned for those. If you have any building tips based on the blocks you've seen here or anything I've missed, please do let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching and stay tuned for more Minecraft.